Hi everybody, day 29 evening of, very late evening of day 29, it's 11 o'clock, California time, and probably around 2-ish East Coast time. I really am going to make this one brief as I am really under the weather, and I need to get up early in the morning because my mornings are always so much better, and everything I need to do in the morning when I have energy. So, and I have to go to my niece's soccer game and bring the specialty made brownies that I made for her team. So, today was an absolutely beautiful day here in California. The sun was about somewhere between 72 to 75 degrees, although the air is very dry. When I went for a walk earlier this morning, it was wet, which was so good for my sinuses. And then it dried up a little bit, so my hands feel like sandpaper. My skin is super dry. So although it is beautiful and very clear, it's a little drying. But you know what? I'm always so happy for Mother Nature. I think she's one of the most divine, most beautiful creatures. Even though she's more of an entity, I don't know, I have mad respect for her. So, anyway, I went to the farmer's market, and I think because it's a holiday, it's the holidays right now, there weren't tons of people, but it still doesn't really faze me. The vendors there are awesome. It's always the same vendors, and they're always so friendly, and they know all of us. Some people by name. I don't go every weekend because oftentimes I work late on Saturday nights and I don't get a chance to go, even though it's from like 8 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon. If you don't get there early, you don't get the best guacamole, and you don't get the best flowers, and all of it's beautiful, but we all have our preferences of things that we really like. So but I think probably my favorite part was the walk to and from. I could feel myself definitely feeling the change in my body in terms of this cold that I'm trying really not to have. But I could feel that on my walk back, but I still powered through it, which I love. Very symbolic of life and of my life. Kind of spent the rest of the day just taking care of a few little details of things that I knew I needed to get done, mainly on the computer. Made my niece her brownies, which was great. Had a couple of good conversations with different people, 2 of my guy friends. I was really, really honest, which I always am, but people say I'm really flowery, that I speak in a way that's very gentle because I don't like to offend or hurt people. I know this is true because I know that's me. But to me, I'm still being very direct and very honest. Some people like even more directness, I guess. So, I kind of concluded my last conversation with my friend / old boyfriend from high school with words that I left him with that I thought were kind of harsh, but that he says he needs. He thinks he's like, I feel like you're lying to me because you're being so nice to me. Well, he's an amazingly nice person. I don't think that it's necessary to be rude or hateful or say things that are too harsh or that are going to cause him to, spat back out at me. I mean, the most important thing is that I'm being true to myself, which I am, and what I feel. And then the most difficult part is that he keeps projecting stuff back onto me. Again, the ongoing theme, Monica's, which she was talking about with the bartenders, most definitely what's going on in Kevin's life, Drew with his son's mom. I loved what Marilyn had said, which was that she doesn't necessarily let that happen. She's very aware. She doesn't, and I quote, she says, there's just no bullshit. So, and it's very appreciated, all of you guys, because yeah, it was definitely kind of the common thing going on today, the theme, if you will. I won't lie, it's I'm kind of bummed that tomorrow's day 30, and I don't want to. Drew, forgive me, sweetie, as much as I love everything that you say. When he posted that number, that 97 point, a whole bunch of numbers after the decimal percent sure that, this wasn't going to continue. And when he said that he wasn't even sure if he was going to use Facebook anymore, it seemed so conclusive. And although part of me tells me that everything will continue on as it should, those that are meant to stick to or stay together, talk, communicate, share, they will. And there's nothing bad if others choose not to. That's not a bad thing at all. That's not what this challenge was meant for. I do get that. I really do. It just kind of reminds me of when in California, at least in Southern California, most of our schools are kindergarten through 5th. This is just my little example. Kindergarten through 5th, and then 6th through 8th would be our junior high, and then 9 through 12 is our high school. Well, our little community, we have 11 elementary schools. We had 3 junior high schools, and we had 3 high schools. That's still, for a small little area, I forgot what our total population is, it was still not a lot. But we had enough students at all of our schools to keep them open at least until I graduated. But what was cool is that in elementary school, everything was boundaried off. So you had, kids that lived within a certain vicinity had to go to our elementary school, and same with the other 11 ones. Once you went to junior high school, because there was only 3 of them, you had to go again to which one was in your boundaries. And then the same thing happened with high school. So for the most part, from elementary school through junior high school, I had all the same friends. In some cases, some of my best friends moved away. That was hard. But the worst transition was junior high school to high school, because I lost everybody that I went to elementary school with, because for some reason my boundary took me to one of the high schools that was further away. And I'm very happy for it, because as everything is supposed to happen for a reason, it was the smaller of the high schools, and I think that I needed to be there for sure. So, but that's what this kind of reminded me of, when I'm thinking more, excuse me, pardon me, when I'm thinking more along the lines of, how it feels when you interact with such great people, and you make connections with them, and then you're not really sure if they're going to keep on going on, or if they're going to continue on. So, but it's funny, because I would say 90% of me is not worried about it, but that 10%, it's something that's kind of traveled with me over my life. So it's a very familiar feeling, but the 90% is also really powerful. So anyway, since tonight is not the last night, I am not going to go there, and I'm basically going to say that I hope that you guys all had a good Sunday. I know today was a huge football day, and I'm actually really hoping that all of you football fans had spent the majority of your day just really cheering on your teams and keeping an eye on who's going to the playoffs and who you think the Super Bowl favorites are going to be. For everybody that got to relax today, I'm so glad you did. I know everybody's got a lot going on, a lot of things they want to do in the future, a lot of things going on right now in their lives, multiple jobs, multiple activities, friends, everything. Life is busy. So it's really nice to hear that you guys sit and take time for yourselves. So, anyway, I'm going to wish you guys all a good night. I'm hoping I'm going to shake this cold. I'm going to go and drown it some more in some healing tea and some water, and then fall asleep with my 2 little doggies. My niece at least is hungry. Her cold is far worse than mine. She has a flu, but at least she's eating, so that's a good thing. That's it. Yeah, that's it. There's more that I will organize in my thoughts for tomorrow. But until then, I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Have a good night.